We've all caught up with Dave Ricks over the years. He's a fantastic leader. What did he have to say to you this time around?
Well, Dave Ricks is the CEO of Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly is a company that was started in 1876, a very respectable drug company, pharmaceutical company. But in the 5 years that he has been the CEO, the stock is up about 9 times. And that's in part because of the GLP-1 drug that they have, which is called Zepbound. They have also one, Mounjaro, which is for diabetes. But these are the weight loss drugs that we've all been talking about. And it's amazing what's happened in the pharmaceutical industry. The Eli Lilly was always a successful company, but nothing like we've now seen. In fact, it is now likely to be the first pharmaceutical company in the world to have a market capitalization of $1 trillion. It's now about 900 billion or so. And this is because people want to lose weight. Roughly 70% of the people in the United States are overweight, and amazingly, 40% are defined as obese. So this drug does tend to reduce your appetite, and it does have a beneficial impact. It now seems that it might also have a beneficial impact on other related problems that people have, addiction, smoking, and so forth. Those studies are underway. But right now, there's no doubt that people want to lose weight, and that people are using either the Novo Nordisk product, which is better known as Ozempic, or the product known as Zepbound by Eli Lilly.
How much is the optimism in the likes of Eli Lilly really dependent on the idea of the government actually covering the cost of some of these drugs at a time where that's been one of the hottest contested issues in that space?
Well, the government has gone back and forth on this from time to time, but private insurers are covering it to some extent. Not all of them are. But if you have insurance and it's covered, your costs are roughly $25 a month for each person who uses it. So that's affordable for most people. And many insurers are increasingly covering it because it does beneficial things for insurers. Think about this. If you have people that lose weight, they are going to be having less health problems. They have less health problems. The insurers will have to pay out less to their doctors and so forth. So there's a real benefit to insurers to getting people on this drug because in the end it lowers the cost of insurance.
David, I'm going to be heading down to Washington, D.C. for President Carter's funeral tomorrow. And you actually were a domestic policy advisor under the Carter administration. And before we end, I'd just love to get your thoughts on what you want Carter's legacy to be, maybe what the public didn't see behind the scenes.
I did spend 4 years in the White House as a deputy domestic policy advisor. I worked for Stuart Eisenstadt, who was a domestic policy advisor. It is ironic. Jimmy Carter came to Washington in 1977 and a conquering hero. He'd beaten Nixon, Ford, the regime, and really beat Gerald Ford. He came in with high expectations. People thought this man is going to change Washington, D.C. He tried many things. He had a lot of political problems, and the hostages in Iran were another. And so he left Washington very defeated. He was humiliated in the loss he had to Ronald Reagan. It was a staggering loss. Carter really couldn't quite believe he could lose to Ronald Reagan. Now he comes back 44 years later as a man who is lauded by almost everybody for the things he's done in the 44 years since he left the White House. Among those, winning a Nobel Peace Prize, doing things like election monitoring around the world, helping to eliminate guinea worm and river blindness, doing Habitat for Humanity and so forth. So it's amazing how the turn of events has taken Carter from somebody who was very popular, not so popular, and now extremely popular back in Washington.
David, looking forward to honouring him tomorrow, that's for sure. Appreciate your time today. And, of course, congratulations for being awarded with the Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honour in this country. Thank you, sir. David Rubenstein there.